Internet, it's been a while since a Panzergonia update. So today's episode is about all the stuff I've recently done. Fix some coolant leaks, a big oil leak, make it get better gas mileage, and we're gonna fix some other little stuff that's wrong with it. So here we go. So first thing is first. There's a bunch of stuff missing down in there. You see a bunch of unplugged plugs. So yeah, the oil cooler, which is down here in the valley, part of this oil filter housing, had started leaking, and I was getting oil running down the front of the motor, causing a big mess. I also decided at the same time to get rid of some other stuff I'll show you underneath, but during those repairs I was able to block off, get rid of a bunch of stuff like the EGR and the cooler. This being a Gen 1, actually technically it's a Gen 2 CATA motor. It has not one EGR but two, a second one here on the back over here. You notice I left the upper cat in place because I didn't want it to smell super bad, which we accomplished. It doesn't. As you can see, it's dusty dry. Swirl flaps are deleted. What else did we get rid of? I'll show you underneath, but we're able to get the dark side snorkel in there a little better. So today's episode is going to be kind of showing you some other stuff. You're going to have to take the front bumper off and get to the horns, which I'm pretty sure live somewhere in here. And then also the windshield washer sprayer. One of them blows real strong. I replaced the other one. It doesn't blow very good at all. So we're going to go from the pump up, make sure it's not full of stuff. But I still love this thing. Still my favorite Volkswagen I've ever built next to the GLTC car. But we're getting the nicer weather down here in Florida, so I will probably organize a little off-road adventure up to the Citrus County Wildlife Management Area, also known as Holder Mine. I'll put the details in that below. It's going to be a Saturday deal. Get there bright and early, kind of go explore all day. I'll be home by 5, so not too big of an investment. They do have a campground there, so if you wanted to camp, you could camp. But anyways, let's get started. Okay, she's up in the air. So you can see it's actually pretty clean for an old diesel. I had to clean up some other stuff, but here is the meat and potatoes of kind of what we got from Dark Side. So this is one of their pipes they make, and the other pipe they make. And you know, I've installed some of these in the past. I like that it has provisions for this stuff now, so they're not just hanging. Before, it used to just zip tie them up in space, so now they're just kind of where they're supposed to be. But yeah, for the most part, let me grab a flashlight. A lot of the oil leaks are completed, or done, I should say. So we're still gonna have a little bit coming out of that. No, actually it's pretty dry up there. I obviously couldn't get that one pipe there super duper clean, but you can see that behind it kind of is nice and clean, but it's a pain in the butt to wash because it's up in the air and you're trying to get it all cleaned off. And she is going to need some engine mounts. That's the next thing I got to do. And those are, I would consider them on a scale of 1 to 10, about a 8 on the fun scale, which isn't super good. So first things first is we'll get the bumper off, which means I'll have to take off my lights and some other stuff, and we'll find the horn. You can see I haven't off-roaded in a dog's age, and the stuff is still everywhere. So that's the only downside of doing this off-road stuff, is the stuff gets everywhere. So the tire's been catching here, so I'm going to aerosol this off, clean it up a little bit. So this is a 32 and a half inch tire, so it's been doing the same thing there. You can see it's kind of polishing the body. Obviously had to cut some of the intercooler grooves out, but that's on this Toyo. which I think measures exactly 32.5. It's a 265/70/17. So that's about as big as I want to go. You also have to trim some of this out so the tire can turn okay, but I don't think I'm going to go much bigger than that. So I'm going to finish getting this fender well off because the washer bottle actually lives here, so got to get to that first. Another Torag tidbit. So there's the inlet for the old airbox. You can see kind of got a bit of dirt packed in those intercoolers, so probably got to hose them out again. There's your subframe spacer, some of your intercooler pipe, that's the top of your alternator. And now we're moving on over to here is our washer bottle. But this guy, a little trap goes right there. And as you can see, he is full of leaves. That will get clogged up and you'll get water inside the car. So we're gonna stick a vacuum cleaner right here, pull this other plug out, suck out as much of that as we can. And then, like I said, continue working on that. Now we gotta clean the intercooler off. Of course, I believe the horns too are equivalently right there. So I have to get to those too. But we're trucking along on this old girl, so stay tuned. Alrighty, there's the winch. It is humongous. Takes up all the room. What I did was cut some Harbor Freight winch plate, some big angle iron. That steel bumper is made out of the hardest steel on the planet. So she's all welded on there, but look at all that. Just hanging out in the intercooler ducts. I think I'm going to have to cleaning this thing after going off-road is gonna suck. But anyways, that's only if you go wheel deep in mud like I did. So gonna vacuum this out, get that all cleaned up. There's one horn and there's two horn, and I'm sure they're full of mud and water too. Is probably why they don't work. All right, I'm gonna show you some typical Volkswagen stuff. So I've plugged in the new horns, they work. So they updated to a 955 part number, which is Cayenne stuff. So take special notice of the stud between the two horns. Oh, so no big deal, because they ship it with a bracket. Only problem is the Torag bracket goes here all the way the hell down there. So now I'm gonna get a right angle drill bit in there. I'm gonna drill that hole bigger so then I can mount that horn in there. And then I can honk at people when they drive in a manner I don't like. Also, shout out Volkswagen. That is a hell of a horn bracket. I don't know why it needs to be made out of 1/8 inch, but it is. Harbor Freight wireless winch is pretty cool. And I hear every once in a while, you're supposed to run the winch all the way out and make sure it's all good, check the rope, so we're gonna do that today. Look at her go. Okay, I've got it freewheeled all the way out. I got the wireless controller. I'm gonna back her up so she's taut. Give her a good check over, get the string a little tightened, and then we'll run her in. I don't think I really have to guide the rope in. It seems to be doing a pretty good job itself, going back and forth. A little curb pull. Is it going back the other way? Let's see. And it's getting pretty built up. I'll give it a little guide. That's the back wheel going over. All right, good enough for me. Good enough for Harbor Freight stuff, right?